Between 1930 and the late 1960s, neon signs flickered and flashed color into the dark desert nights across the state of Arizona and along highways and downtowns. In the north, Route 66 crossed the state from east to west. In the south, Route 80 crossed the state as it spanned from the Pacific to the Atlantic, merging and diverging with other major roads and highways along the way. Route 80 twisted from Douglas through Bisbee, from Vail into Tucson, then making its way through Apache Junction to Mesa and Phoenix. Neon spectacles were erected along this great American highway to entice visitors from the endless black asphalt and its hypnotic dotted lines. One of Arizona's most famous neon signs was constructed in the late 1950s, a sign fondly referred to as the Mesa Diving Lady. Two brothers from Syracuse, Kansas, Elmo and Richard Kessler, moved to Mesa in 1958 and constructed the Starlight Motel, a mile west of the famous Buckhorn Baths. The Starlight lured visitors with a bright, colorful neon sign crafted by local master neon artist Paul Millette, who had started his sign company in 1946. The brothers added a swimming pool, a luxury amenity, to create a competitive edge. To promote the new, cool, refreshing waters, the Kesslers contracted again with Millette. Working from a design by local artist Stanley Russin, Millette fabricated a dazzling, towering masterpiece. Every night when the sun went down, a neon-lit pin-up beauty leapt from the 70-foot pinnacle of the sign in an animated sequence, ultimately splashing into a cool, blue pool of neon water below. The cost? $6,000. For 50 years, the sign was a Mesa icon, beckoning travelers along Main Street with her aerial aquatic ballet, 20 times a minute, 1,200 dives an hour. On October 5, 2010, after millions of plunges, one of the valley's most powerful storms sent the beloved diving lady on a final fatal fall to the asphalt below. The damage was devastating. Not only was all the neon tubing destroyed, but she lay mangled and crumpled. A half-century in the harsh desert environment had also caused considerable damage. Only an expert could put all the pieces back together. Save the Diving Lady became a rallying cry. Mesa preservationists, who understood what an expense and enormous challenge this project would be, took up the cause to restore this historic sign. They knew that without immediate, experienced intervention, the sign would live only in memory. Within days, the small group had organized itself into the Mesa Preservation Foundation, a nonprofit corporation whose explicit goal was to raise money and resurrect the Diving Lady. In the few months since the Diving Lady's fall, the Mesa Preservation Foundation raised nearly half the necessary $65,000. The generous partnership of Hunt Construction and Able Steel provided more than $15,000 for the fabrication and installation of the pole. Soon, weary travelers and lovers of this beautiful old technology and artistry will once again enjoy the enticing sight of the Mesa Diving Lady as she pike dives in our desert Arizona nights.